Los Angeles Rams fans and NFL fans as a whole can sometimes be divided on their opinions on the Rams running back Kyren Williams. There's often two popular criticisms. Number one, that he fumbles, and number two, he doesn't have that many explosive plays. Which brings me back to this clip of him cleaning out his locker room that I just can't shake this entire NFL offseason.
Or next season to work on
Yeah,
this offseason?
my ball security, my long field, speed to get out of there, and really just continue to keep staying strong.
There's a possible contract extension coming up for Kyren Williams. We know that that's been on the table this year. He's going into a contract year as he would be a free agent next year. And then there's the headline of NFL executives don't think that Kyren Williams is a top 15 running back. But I want to draw your attention to this article here by Wyatt Miller of the Rams.com, where it talks about the Rams running back coach, Ron Gould, where he talks about the running back room here. So he said at the end of the end of last season, Rams running back Kyren Williams made it clear he wasn't satisfied with his performance in 2024, even though he had just under 1,300 yards, tying for fifth in rushing touchdowns at 14. Williams acknowledged that his lack of explosiveness and ball security were costly, vowing to improve in both areas ahead of next season. Rams running back coach Ron Gould has already noticed strides taken in those areas during OTAs and also discussed observations from Blake Corum and Jaquez Hunter with the Rams.com. When asked about the group at large, which included Williams, Corum, Hunter, and Ronnie Rivers, Cody Schrager, and Jordan Waters, Gould said he's been pleased with how the running backs have all done this spring. Williams showed explosiveness. Williams' 27 explosive runs, 10 plus yards, ranked tied for 11th in the NFL last season, but were the second fewest of any running back with over 250 carries. He had 316. Meanwhile, his five fumbles tied for second most among running backs. But after a few months away from the facility, Williams showed up in exceptional shape. And again, this time of year, everyone is in the best shape of their life. But I believe it with Kyren Williams. I really do. Gould said, the first thing that stood out was his explosiveness. Gould said, one of those things that I noticed was just his ability to stay grounded through some of his runs that was really evident in the work that he's put in. So really pleased with that. Williams and his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, have been an ongoing dialogue with the Rams front office about a potential extension this offseason as Williams entered the final year of his rookie deal. So he goes on to mention about Blake Corum, saying he's recovering well from fracturing his forearm, and he does talk about Hunter as well with as a rookie coming on here. But I am mainly going to focus on Kyren Williams for the purposes of this video. I am a huge Kyren Williams fan. If you've watched this channel for the past 2 years, I think he's underrated. I know a lot of you that watch this channel think the exact same way. Some of you that watch this channel don't, and that's okay too. We can have different opinions, but I think it's important when talking about Kyren Williams to think about three things. Kyren's still young. He can still develop. I put those together as one thing, right? He's still young and can still develop. He has the tools to be a premier running back in the NFL. And I think that this could be the year, if it wasn't already last year or the year before, but this year in the broader NFL community, I think they're going to really realize how good of a running back Kyren Williams is. I think his best football is in front of him. He has not played his best season yet. He's played some really good football, but I think his best season is in front of him, and I have no reason to think why it can't be 2025. I think there's a lot of positives about it. The second thing I would say, Kyren Williams has the intangibles. He was the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee for the Los Angeles Rams this past season. We know that he, has a good relationship with his teammates. Also, just like when you see him on like Rams social media and stuff like that, like Kyren's hype, right? Like he's just so excited. He loves football. You love when he finds his mom and and gives his mom a football or something like that. He's really good at playing catch with fans in the stands. Love seeing that, and he we've seen that at SoFi, but also like on the road as well. So there's a lot of things to like about Kyren Williams, and that third thing I'm gonna just toss out there is Kyren Williams is in a contract negotiation, right? For the past so many years, there's kind of been this weird thing about paying running backs. The Rams were one of the organizations that got burnt by the Todd Gurley contract. And it sucks because Todd Gurley was one of the best running backs, if not the best running back at his time when he got that contract. Unfortunately, injuries happened, derailed, his career, with a bad knee. And I feel like that's kind of made the Rams a little cautious. The Rams have not given out a second contract, right? Like, they had Cam Akers in there. They've had, different, running backs take snaps. And it really wasn't until Kyren Williams took this job and became the starting running back, the bell cow. And, he plays a ton of snaps, right? If we look over at this article here, on July 10th, this is also by Wyatt Miller, Kyren Williams was named the 85th overall player in the top 100 players of 2025. And Williams' 316 carries during the regular season were the third most in the NFL, accounting for 79.6 of the Rams running backs' attempts. As he was a true workhorse for the Los Angeles Rams, Williams totaled 1,000 yards exactly after contact, according to Next Gen Stats, which was the fifth most in the NFL. He is the first Ram to appear on the NFL's top 100 players list. Rightfully, he deserves to be there. I'd maybe even put him a little bit higher, but we'll see next year where Kyren ranks. But all this to say, Kyren Williams is a fantastic running back. I think he has earned the opportunity to work on his explosiveness, which it sounds like he's been doing. He work on his ball security, which it sounds like he's been doing, right? There's a lot of reasons to believe that Kyren Williams can have, a top tier talent kind of season, right? I'm talking 1,600 yards plus, 18 touchdowns and more. Maybe he has one of those years where he catches a little bit more out of the backfield, and that's an area that he improves, like just learning the route tree of the offense and things like that. So I think that this season particularly is an important one for Kyren Williams, and I would love to see him succeed. And I do think with some of the changes the Rams have made on offense, bringing in Devontae Adams, bringing in Terrence Ferguson, getting Tyler Higbee back healthy, we're still not sure about AJ Jackson at left tackle, but I think this O-line is going to be healthier this year than it was last year. There's, some young players developing. And I think even having Blake Corum and Jaquez Hunter behind him, it just keeps him fresh, right? But I will be shocked if it is a fourth quarter and the game is on the line. I think Kyren Williams will be the running back in there for the Rams. I think he's the one that Sean McVay trusts the most to get the ball where it needs to go, and he's proven that he's developing into a fantastic running back. And so I'll be drafting him first round in my fantasy league. He is probably my number one fantasy option to get a running back early. No, I use a Rams fan, biased draft strategy, which maybe won't win you your football league, but I like cheering for Kyren on a Sunday when I'm watching the Rams play. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about Kyren Williams and anything Rams in the comments below. So excited for the season. I'll have some watch parties going on, reaction videos, cool stuff like that. Feel free to join my weekly Pick'em League if you go check out my week 1 Pick'em. It's a video live on my channel now. As always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams! Woo! Run, Kyren, run!